Well, you know, Suzanne, I was always just really interested in really the process of change, how people change, what would help them change, and what would really produce long-lasting change. I mean, when I think about that with just even some of my own struggles, you know, I became very curious about how I could overcome those, and then how could I help other people do that. So I suppose that's really what led me into psychology. It's fabulous.
Ah,
I mean, there's just that aspect of working with people. Often people, when they come to see me, they're in distress. Not always, but often. And watching them move out of that place and be able to reclaim their life. I mean, I was working with this client the other day, and we were doing some particular kind of body types of therapies that I like to do, and you could just see, you could physically see the change in her. And I remember her comment, it was just like, oh my gosh, it feels like something is just lifting right out of me. And you get to watch her start to reclaim her life. And there's nothing more rewarding than doing that with people.
yeah.
I really am. Again, when I think about some of my own struggles and things that I've done, what I've found is that the body-centered therapies really go in and produce a much more long-lasting change. The other talk therapies, they're great. They help people make sense of things, they're important, but to get that really deep, meaningful, long-lasting change, it's much more about being in the body. And really that just starts to tap into, you know, areas of our brain that talking just can't get to. You know, I would kind of describe myself like a bit of a brain geek. All of what's going on in there, we know so much more about it, and we know so much more about how it influences our psychological behavior. And we have so many more ways of now working with that in therapy than we've ever had before, and that just fascinates me. Oh yeah, it can be helpful for all kinds of things, from anxiety to depression, particularly with trauma. And again, you're just kind of watching people reclaim their life in a certain way. More so than if I'm just trying to manage my anxiety or I'm just trying to manage my depression. Things just start to change at a different level. If you can really get in there and work with somebody and you're prepared to do that work, you can really make, you know, much more effective change.